Pechanga Arena, San Diego, a new season ready to begin. The 2019-2020 Major Arena Soccer League kickoff. It's opening night, and we've got the San Diego Sockers and the Cal Express. Welcome down on the floor, everybody, alongside Nate Amarea, Craig Elston on hand. Another season of exciting Major Arena Soccer League action coming your way from San Diego, California. And Nate, when we last convened, the Sockers on a 23-match winning streak saw it all come to an end in overtime against Monterrey. There's nothing to do but pick up the pieces and get started again.
Here we go again, and it's championship or bust, and there's no problem in saying that for this team. That's the standard that is being set, and that's the goal that needs to be achieved. Of course, as we like to say in the sporting world, one game at a time, and it starts here on opening night against the Cal Express.
Yeah, first of 12 home broadcasts we'll have for you, first of 24 regular season home matches. Plenty of changes in the MASL that we will detail as the broadcast goes along. One big change for the Sockers in the lineup, a trade for Slavica Ubaparapovic, one of the stars of the East Coast in this league.
Slav is an absolute player. Slav is a guy that everybody in this league knows. Anybody familiar with the arena soccer landscape knows what Slav can bring, and I can't wait to see how he really integrates into this Sockers team, see how long it takes him to catch that stride and really do what he's capable of doing. We'd love to see it on opening night, but Sockers fans know that this guy's going to find it as the season goes along, but we'll see what he can pull off here tonight against Cal.
Meanwhile, don't look now, Turlock is 1-0. They opened up with a 6-5 overtime win against Kansas City, and a very familiar face on loan from the Sockers, Juan Gonzalez, scored the game winner.
What a performance, what a shocker in the opening week of the MASL season. They got their win, and now they're looking to make it a perfect weekend here, so they're coming in with a 1-0 record. Of course, the Sockers would like to match that here tonight and hand the Express their first loss.
We've got some more injury updates and opening kickoff after this.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on, I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's trading for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude, you're right, bro, he's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the wait. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Fans, before every home match this season, the San Diego Sockers will honor a hometown hero. On opening night, we welcome to the field this evening, U.S. Navy Master Chief Petty Officer Tony Johnson. After 32 years of active service, Chief Petty Officer Johnson transitioned to active reserve. He is now
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Back up in the booth, Craig Elston, Nate Abarea with you. We look down on the floor as a new feature at San Diego Soccer's home matches all throughout 2019-2020. Each game we introduce a hometown hero. Tony Johnson is our first hometown hero, celebrating 40-year career in the United States Navy. Now we will present to you the United States National Anthem. Sockers and the Cal Express kickoff just moments away on MASL TV.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Tori, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
A beautiful rendition of our national anthem. We're just moments away from kickoff. The San Diego Sockers, the Cal Express, getting ready to lift the lid on the 2019-2020 MASL season. Craig Elston, Nate Abarea, and we welcome in for the full season our sideline reporter and arena host. Let's say hello to Melissa May.
Thanks, Nate and Craig, and happy soccer season opener to the both of you. Now, the Sockers are without a few notable players this evening, including starting forward Leonardo de Oliveira. He has a leg injury. Forward Taylor Bond is also not making a start today with a foot and hamstring issue, and Ishmael Rojo will also not be starting this evening. Craig, Nate, back to you.
Thanks so much, Melissa. Yeah, Leonardo de Oliveira, third on the team in points last year, is going to miss at least 1 week for San Diego. The Sockers will play next Saturday up in Tacoma, their road debut, and then they will be back home for a pair of home games on December 13th and 15th, and we hope at least by then to see Leo back in the lineup, if not sooner. Taylor Bond aggravating a toe injury that kind of led to a hamstring injury over the course of the week of training. However, Nate, this allows us not only to see the return of Eric Tovar, who missed all of last season with an ACL knee injury and is going to get a regular shift at forward with Craig Childs tonight, but also the Sockers debut, their newest signee, a player with international Division I experience, Cesar Romero.
You know, when I see Tovar out there and I think about Tovar and Childs maybe linking up, opening night always has that vibe of everybody kind of getting the band back together and people playing the instruments again together, getting that rhythm. Talk about Tovar. It takes that whole kind of approach to a whole nother level. This is a guy who missed an entire year, and it was a fan favorite, a household name. And so for Tovar to come back and be a part of the squad tonight, you would love to see Tovar and Childs link up together for a few goals, and hopefully Eric can get one or two himself. Yeah, Romero's going to be fun to watch here tonight. Interested to see what Uva Peripovic can bring as well. A couple of new faces. And it's almost like Tovar's a new signing himself when you're out for that long. So great to see everybody back out there and healthy, and a great homage down there at midfield. I know we're going to talk a little bit more about it here on the broadcast, but for Team Mexico,
yes,
great stuff down there, Craig.
Team Mexico with 8 Sockers players and 2 Sockers coaches and a brand new Turlock head coach on the staff, going 7-0 in Perth, Australia,
yes,
capturing the WMF World Cup, defeating Leonardo de Oliveira and Brazil 4-0 in the grand final. What an incredible month of October it was, with 15 Sockers playing internationally away from club in 4 countries between the United States, Mexico, and Brazil.
Yeah, this franchise was well represented out in that World Cup in Australia, which you had the great privilege of attending and covering. You did a great job with the coverage from the land down under there, and Team Mexico did the best job possible, taking home the grand prize. And you saw so many of those Sockers players soaking up that moment for Team Mexico, and really, hopefully, in talking with a few of them, the main approach is taking that vibe that they had as inspiration into this season, going, that felt really good to lift it for my country. Now let's go back to the club and do the same thing come the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. But as we hear from coaches all around the world, it's one step at a time, it's one game at a time. So away we go, baby. Opening night here at the Grand Old Arena.
Well, I think you bring up a terrific point, though, in that we talk all the time about the championship experience and pedigree of the San Diego Sockers, but you can go literally up and down the roster of the players who played for Team Mexico, and none of those players have won a championship yet with the San Diego Sockers. So getting that championship taste in a lot of critical players' mouths, I think, is going to be very important as the year moves on. The new look Cal Express, still out of Turlock, now owned by a familiar name, Phil Salvaggio. Which does not mean that the head coach of the Sockers gets to lean over and say, hey, you guys, let us score. It's nothing like that at all. But Chebo Martinez, Edgar Chebo Martinez, the new head coach of the Turlock Cal Express, who was a member of this Sockers training staff for years and was a part of that Team Mexico's staff. It'll be very interesting. 1-0. Let's see if Turlock has truly turned the corner this year, as we see the dapper Phil Salvaggio talking to the captain, Craig Giles, down on the bench. San Diego Sockers in their home blue, transitioning to gold across the midriff, blue shorts, yellow socks. They will run right to left, west to east, as we bring you the action across your screens on MASL TV. Turlock in their road gear, gray trimmed in black. They will run left to right. Starting for San Diego, Craig Giles, Iram Pollo Ruiz, Brian Farber, Cesar Cerda, and Guerrero Pino in the back. And the MASL defending goalkeeper of the year, Boris Pardo, in net. The ball is rolled back. Comenzamos. We are underway with the opening night. The San Diego Sockers and the Cal Express. And it's Guerrero Pino with a quick dispossession of Ivan Campos, the Watsonville native.
Go on.
Thought I'd throw that in for you right away.
Immediately.
Just get that out of the way in a quick hurry as Edgar Martinez rolls one out. He got the win in the 6-5 Friday night OT victory over the Kansas City Comets, which matched his career-high win total from last year. Martinez going 1-14 last year. He is 1-0 this season and rolling the ball along the northern wall. Pollo is in and falling and losing the ball. It's Gerardo sending it back to a Soccer on loan. That's Manuel Rojo, who had a goal and an assist in his Turlock debut. Adrian Polito, a familiar face for the Express. Another familiar Express is Matt Germain. He's running through the box right now and ready to receive the ball on a trap in the right corner. Childs waiting for this one to come down, but he scuffed it to the middle of the field. And we've got a foul, however, called on Gerardo, allowing the Sockers to retain possession. Not too many changes in terms of MASL gameplay rules this season, Nate, but one that you can see right away is that you are now allowed to substitute on any play in the MASL. So you can sub on a foul, you can sub on a free kick. However, there's no stopping of the game by the referees to allow you. So it's at your own risk. Turlock's on the attack. Cross pass knocked down by Eric Tovar. And it's just great to see Tovar back out on the field after missing a full year due to a knee injury. As Pee Wee takes a tumble, Turlock regains possession.
You know, just finishing up on that slight rule change, it really is all about risk to reward ratio,
right.
And it might bite you sometimes. There's also times where you could really benefit from being able to sub on the fly and have that open subbing ability throughout the entire game. So I'm interested to see how that's going to affect a few teams throughout this season.
Adrian Gutierrez is being challenged in his first shift by Slavica Ubeperapovic, and now it's Raya. Raya in the corner. This is Joaquin Raya, just 22 years of age, the Central Valley youngster. This Turlock club, other than the Tijuana imports, courtesy of the Sockers, entirely composed of Central and Northern California players. A local club in every sense of the word. That was an errant pass that Slav was able to track down. Here's Pee Wee. Luis Pee Wee Ortega, one on the world. Pee Wee will turn it back, a spinning ball, and set up Pollo. Iram Pollo Ruiz. Here's Emmanuel Aguirre, new of the Sockers from the Rio Grande Valley Barracudas, a team that is moving to El Paso, or to Denver, pardon me. Escoto. Here's Joras. First team All-MASL last year with 55 points, 32 goals. Brandon Escoto. Serra feeding Childs. One-time shot off the wall. Chested away, not out. Attempting to grab it was Aguirre, and running it down is Escoto. The man they call Churras. That's his nickname. Here's Pardo. Luis Piffer gets his first turn for the Sockers. Back from Brazil, played for San Diego last in 2014-15. It's been a while, but this Brazilian has skill, and he draws a foul as he is quickly reminded that unlike futsal, the walls here will bite back.
Whew. It's a tough call on Gutierrez, though. Actually, thought he might have been hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. I think the right call made there, though. The Sockers have the opportunity from the free kick here.
Serra will just play it back to Aguirre. One common theme among Sockers acquisitions this year, they were looking for balance. And you talk a lot about that in Major League Baseball usually, Nate, like a lineup's too right-handed. They felt the Sockers lineup was too right-footed. And bringing in two very talented players in Aguirre and Ubeperapovic, but also two left-footed players, and Piffer is a third. All lefties. Piffer trying to win that one out of the air. Headed back by Slav. Serra will run it down in front of his bench.
Really is such a nuance of the indoor game, Craig, that concept of needing more left footers within this team, where you're talking about little pockets of space, 1 or 2 seconds that could be the difference in a season. And so those little changes, those little additions, that little bit of balance that they've found, it's important here in the arena game, without a doubt.
Score bugs up. You can see 4 minutes gone, 10:38 clock running here in the first quarter. No score yet between the Sockers and the Cal Express. Cesar Romero gets his first shift as a Socker. Played for Chivas USA out of MLS. Played in the Mexican Second Division. Played in the Armenian Premier League. Here's Escoto. Escoto running with Slav. Romero on the left. It's Cesar. Cesar! And Martinez put to the test. Still a loose ball. Ubeperapovic going for it. So is Romero. He takes a tumble. The foul is called on Cesar.
Goodness, almost a dream beginning to his Sockers career there. On the right foot. The keeper able to get the full body behind it. The Sockers had the first, say, meaningful chance of the game there. Almost 5 minutes in.
There's the steal by Pino. This could be the second. The ball just in front of Guerrero Pino. A little too strong. The feed from Escoto. Former teammate Manuel Rojo runs it down. Raya now. Raya does not have numbers. He has Campos setting up a target in the middle of the box. Gutierrez. That feed easily read. Pino has the steal. Pino pushed off the ball for a moment, but got it back to Escoto in the nick of time. 9.5 minutes left in a quiet first quarter so far. First real good chance just came for the Sockers, and Martinez made a nice save on a low Accurate shot by Cesar Romero. Here's Contreras looking for it. Oh, Martinez almost stepped out. Farmer chips it in. The mistake by Martinez, he knew he was going to get called for a shootout and a blue card if he fell out of the box. And there's Brian Farber for a classic Farber goal. He cleans up the junk to make it 1-0.
Well, you see the keeper saying, my bad, my bad. It was almost a great play. But unfortunately, as you said, Craig, thinking he was having to avert danger at the last there, he ended up making the situation a little bit worse. And Farber pounced right there, maybe got a little fortunate himself, as you saw, of all people, Manuel Rojo with the opportunity to keep that thing out with his head, but Soccer's pretty much going route one here. It's Boris Pardo. You're gonna see here, since this thing keeper to keeper, he might have already been out there, but then had to get it back in to make sure that he didn't go over the line. But Farber will take the first tally of the season.
So the first Sockers goal of the year, and we hear a new wrinkle in game day presentation. The call and response for the goal from the San Diego fans. And while the deep end came in full throat, Nate, I expect before long, Sockers fans will learn to say the last name 3 times after every goal.
Bit of a worldly tradition. You see it all around the world of football, so love to see it happening here inside the grand old arena.
I feel like this is something you and I talked about on Soccer's Overtime, merging the indoor culture with the outdoor.
And if you don't already subscribe, get on it. Soccer's Overtime.
Just open up your phone. Open up that podcast app.
It's right there. It's right there. There's no excuse.
Free. This one bending in Tovar. One touch to the top. Was hoping for Slav or Cerda there. Kind of had the ball between the 7-10 split. Escoto. 1-0 Sockers out on the good foot, courtesy of Brian Farber, first of the year. Slav. Lovely slide tackle to dispossess. Well done, Gerardo. Gerardo has an open man. Into the wall, banged away. That player wearing jersey number 80, which we were not given. And the foul called at midfield. Well, as usual, Nate, we expect to see a feeling out process here. Game 1, game 2 for Turlock. They've got a little more seasoning today. Nice slide by Aguirre. Very dangerous challenge in terms of spot on the field and potential to be blown for a card. Got away with it all. Ball over the low wall beyond the red line for a restart. Here's Juan Gonzalez. Overtime hero on Friday for the Cal Express. Was at Soccer's training camp 2 weeks ago. Pee-wee with the steal. Pee-wee sends it into space. Still in play for Escoto with Childs on the run. Tried to feed it across. Did Escoto looking for Childs. Gutierrez read the play. Martinez waited for the ball to go into his box and cradled it into his arms.
Escoto caught between two minds there. Thinking about playing that pass early across the face to Childs. Then thought about maybe taking a dribble and a shot himself. Ended up getting nothing.
7:16 remaining. They could have gone to the officials' timeout there. Next whistle would be the opportunity to do so. 1-0 San Diego. Here's Aguirre. Just 25 years of age. You think about the young defensive core, Nate, with Aguirre and Serra. They can be special for years to come. Fancy footwork from Churras. Drawing 2 defenders as he is wont to do. It's Pee-wee. One of those 8 WMF World Cup champions. Aguirre, by the way, played for Team Mexico multiple times during exhibition play and was essentially the last cut for Manuel Rojo, who is unavailable tonight for San Diego, but we expect to see big things from as the year goes on. Childs, clever to keep the ball in play and send Ruiz to the southern wall. Iram Pollo Ruiz.
That was class.
3 guys around him. Acts as if no one was around him for a walk in the park. So lovely. Using route 1 now. Pardo to Pollo. Pollo, left wing Childs. Childs lost the ball between his legs, something you rarely see. And it's Arturo Pulido Jr. Now lost it. Pee-wee shoots wide off the Sockers logo. The Sockers banner logo. It's Childs. It's Childs. Now down low. Piffer tried for the refeed, blocked well. Rojo read the play. Manuel Rojo. Speaking of young, he is also just 22 years of age. And I believe, though he changed jersey numbers, that number 80 is Luis Brambila, who is all of 19 years old. So Cal is a team with youth on their side, if not experience. Romero pressuring Rojo, and the pass forward was stolen. It's Piffer looking left and right. He's got Pollo, always an excellent outlet. 5:23 clock running first quarter, 1-0. Serra back to target. The feed back there by Piffer, who's ready to come off. Slav is back on. Can't wait for Sockers fans, Nate, to just get the taste over time of the game Uba Perapovic has. Here's Romero. Romero turning. His shot was blocked into the crowd by Gerardo. And that will lead us to the officials' timeout. 5:01 to play. First quarter, 1-0. Sockers leading the Cal Express on MASL TV. Bring your family to any Sockers home game this season with our Family 4-pack. It's one of the best sports values in San Diego. You get 4 corner loge seats, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas, all for $79. And with free parking, there's plenty of money left over for a trip to the merchandise stand. Or, you know, the concession stand, too. You can get food, but we'd prefer you buy merch. To get your Family 4-pack for our next match, just go to Sockers.com or call 866-799-GOAL. 1-0 San Diego. First quarter action, just under 5 minutes to play. First 10 minutes of the season are complete. Here's Slav working off, trying to spin on that ball. Lovely attempt. Juan Gonzalez comes out with it, takes a long run diagonally through the midfield and all the way into the attacking zone. Got past Pino. Gonzalez shoots. First save of the year for Boris Pardo. And that one ricocheted back into Boris's mitts.
That little run from number 77 there. Familiar face, now a foe.
Giles. Turning try, Escoto. Gutierrez was able to knock it down. And that one will short hop into the penalty box. Well, you have to figure, and we say again, over the offseason, the Sockers management and ownership purchased Turlock, Cal Express, renamed them, rebranded them. They're doing a lot of great things up there. But so you will see a new situation where the Sockers loan talent to the Express, and that's the case with both Gonzalez and with Rojo. Those players are still under Sockers contracts. Back heel pass. It's Poyle to the middle looking for Childs. Oh, a beautiful build-up, but no finish on that one, thanks to some tenacious Turlock defense. As the deep end gets things rolling here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Take a look at that pick right now. We're going to do it before and now. Here's the long run and the goal. Beautifully done. Hello, Rojo.
Welcome back, my son.
Rojo, no. What a run. He just carved up his teammates to make it 1-1.
Oh, Barilete Cosmico. Go on, Rojo. I mean, Sockers fans might feel a little conflicted watching that because you see that lad going up the wing right there. Pass 1, pass 2, pass the keeper of the year for 1-1, and you're thinking, when's that guy coming back to San Diego?
Right. Maybe we're going to recall him at halftime.
My goodness, what a goal from Rojo.
Pardo looks to the sky. That looks at it all. No assist on that. It was a one-man show by Rojo. What a tenacious run. Sockers marking.
Look at this.
And look at this. Now it's Polito. Off the post, rebound. Goal. 2-1 Turlock. As the Sockers go sideways on defense, it was Jurado who picked up the goal.
Look at this. Shot goes off the post, right place, right time, and that is not an easy finish. Sockers defender got a touch on it, but to keep that on frame off that hard rebound off the boards right here, Jurado gets it in, and it's 2-1 just like that. And the credit, obviously, on that one goes to the guy who finished it off there, got the pass out wide, and then it comes back to him. But I feel like this Express team is still feeding off that goal from Rojo right there.
Yeah.
And it's 2-1 just like that.
And a timeout called by Phil Salvaggio just like that. And look, we could talk pretty about it, but that was some rancid defense by the Sockers over the course of the last minute. They just allowed two guys to come flying into their zone unpressured.
And you got to say, on the other end, you'd expect defensive mistakes from Cal Express, but apart from one pretty egregious there from Edgar Martinez, which he immediately took 100% blame for, said that was completely my fault. I'm sorry to everybody out on the pitch. And what have they done? They've picked their goalkeeper up. Defenders have been clean for the Express in this game, apart from that one error from the keeper. Martinez himself has made a couple of decent saves. So look at this game we got here in the first quarter. This is good for the Sockers here on opening night. Of course, you want to see things get cleaned up, but you also like a little challenge here. And this one ain't going to be the Express of old, shall we say. Talk about that big win in overtime against Kansas City with Gonzalez getting the golden goal in sudden death overtime. They're up 2-1 right now. This is a real force to be reckoned with. It's, I got to say, refreshing to see.
Tell you what, we would need to have an official Cal-type PR guy, but I wonder how many times Turlock has ever led at any point of any match playing the Sockers in San Diego. I mean, this might be the latest they've ever led in a match against San Diego. So give Turlock all the credit in the world for an incredible minute. Now it's Farber charging in, bumped off the ball. Play on, they say.
Ooh. Perhaps a little poetic justice in play there. That may have been a handball against Pee Wee. And so the Sockers end up right back where they were, still pressing forward for the equalizer.
Farber trying for a 1-2, and Aguirre could not get around his man and got called appropriately for the foul. Will Turlock carry a lead into the first quarter break? It's possible. Campos. Easy read by Pollo to run that one down. I'm with you. Here's a lovely ball. Escoto. Childs! Hard off the post, and the pinball effect off the bumper and back to Martinez.
Good fortune, Mr. Martinez.
Pollo scrambling on defense. The pressure squirts it loose. Escoto dropped. Play on. Open men. Could have been a 2v1, and a poor distribution missed both of the two. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Some more alacrity in the motion of the Sockers now. It's Serra. Serra on an overlapping run. Finding Choras. Back to Childs! Off of the frame. Hit it off the Sockers logo. Arista now to Rojo. Childs steals. Romero. Make it Serra, pardon me. Back to Childs. Now it's Slav. Slavisa off the wall. And Serra could not be there on the angle. Arista gives it up. Pino. Juras. Slav runs the middle. Juras works around. Escoto finding Childs. Minute 15 in the quarter. Craig Childs back over to Pino. Sockers putting an all-star lineup out there right now, trying to get level. Here's Slav. Holding, rolling. Oh, what a lovely ball. Nobody home. As that one went perfectly across the seam of the... Oh, and now here's Gutierrez on the run. Gutierrez well behind Arista. Pino with the opportunity to challenge now. Guerrero Pino working 1v1. Play on. However, Childs played it right back into Arista's toes. This one is loose for Choras to find. Long shift for Brandon Escoto. And there's the foul by Juan Gonzalez, knocking over his teammate of past and future, Serra. Slav, quick restart. Finding Romero. Cesar Romero. Back to Escoto. 33 seconds left in the quarter. Here's Slav. Give and go. Romero in too deep. Escoto. Escoto kicked away by Juan Gonzalez as Martinez was down looking for the ball. Jermaine tracks it down. 20 seconds left. Boy, the Sockers have been pressuring ever since falling behind. Jermaine, however, this one is going to squirt through away from the lurking Brambila. Slav with 7 seconds. Slav dispossessed. Pee-wee with 5 seconds. Sends it forward again. Knocked down. Juras 2 seconds and 1. And this is how the first quarter ends, is on a foul. Let's see if they give him 0.5 seconds here on that foul for a free kick. It's not impossible. I think it will be. As we watch in the arena play again, and that was in outdoor, that would have been a yellow card.
And do we have, I'm curious, I always think of NBA right here, you know, the idea of 0.3 or 0.4 is enough to get a shot off. Is there actually a designated amount of time in a situation like this? I'm calling the commissioner's office right now. I want to know, what is the amount of time in this situation? Had 0.5 get put back on, would it have been enough time to get a free kick goal in?
They're going to go check, but you know what? We're going to go to break. First quarter complete, 2-1. Cal Express leading the Sockers. You're watching the San Diego Sockers on MASL TV.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
It's Paulina Salazar, your preferred real estate agent for the San Diego Sockers. I would love the opportunity to show you guys what I could bring to the table as far as real estate goes. So please do not hesitate to shoot me a text or a phone call.
Second quarter ready to begin. 2-1, Turlock. The Cal Express leading the San Diego Sockers. December is the season of giving at Sockers matches. It's also the season of getting for our generous fans. On our next home match, December 13th, it's our first ever charity sock toss. Bring a new pair of socks or underwear, and when the Sockers score their first goal against the Ontario Fury, toss those bad boys on the field. We'll collect them and donate them to the San Diego Rescue Mission to benefit our area homeless. Plus, every undergarment you donate gets you a raffle ticket for a chance to win a $4,000 value brand new hot tub at our December 22nd match, courtesy of Watkins Wellness. So come toss your new socks, help our community, and win a hot tub starting on December 13th. Tickets at Sockers.com. Two teams switch directions. Sockers running left to right across your screen. Turlock right to left. Here's a loose ball and a goal! Poyles on the board early. Took him 12 matches to get his first goal last year. It takes 2 quarters this year, and the Sockers are level at 2.
And it takes 32 seconds out of the break for the Sockers to get back on even terms. Just what the doctor ordered here. It's 2-2 in San Diego. That's a fine finish to the far post from Iram Pollo Ruiz.
Unassisted goal, Pollo's first of many this season. I've said it on Sockers Overtime, the free podcast you can subscribe to right now. He's my pick to click this year, Nate. Pollo's my pick to click.
The pick to click.
San Diego Sockers go The goal is suspended. Time of the goal, 2 seconds. Again, besides the goal.
They're going to get it. Fans, the crowd's going to get it, Nate. They're going to figure out that they need to actually say the last name.
I'm just wondering if Callan's worked this all out so he can talk more.
I told him to do it. Here's Rojo, looking to make more magic again. Manuel Rojo. Tell you what, hey, the soccer staff thinks a lot of this kid. And both in the case of himself and Juan Gonzalez, they want him to play. Oh, look out! Loose ball! Point blank save! Rebound! Goal! Shades of the conference final. The same spot, the same mistake. The ball getting away. This time from Pee Wee. And Adrian Gutierrez there to give the Cal Express the lead again.
We'll see here. The Watsonville native down there making things happen. And Ivan Campos ends up getting it over to Gutierrez, who makes no mistake. Good finish from close range. What this performance from the visitors coming off that big win against Kansas City. Giving the Sockers everything they can handle here in the first half. You got to tip your cap.
127, took less than a minute for Turlock to regain the lead. And it was one of those situations where Brandon Escoto essentially forced a whistle because he had gotten the hot foot from behind, had his shoe taken off his foot, and Escoto stopped to say, you're either going to let them run off on this or you're going to make the whistle. Giles, Slav, shot, save, rebound, score! Pee-wee makes amends, and Uba Peripovic opens his Sockers account with his first assist.
We see the ball just kind of hanging on the crossbar there. It's one of the easier finishes Pee-wee's going to have. Still had to get up in traffic for it, but just a tap in with the forehead from inches out. A lot of credit's got to go to Slav there. Brilliant left foot, and it's 3-all.
San Diego Sockers goal! Score by number 69, Luis Pee-wee. Luis Pee-wee.
It's getting better each time.
Thank you. On the assist, number 99, Slavisa Umi Padipovic. Time of the goal, 1:44.
So 17 seconds later, the Sockers level things up as Uba Peripovic with a shot off of the crossbar, and Pee-wee the easy header for his first of the year. Here's Childs at target. Craig Childs dancing between defenders, back to Pollo. And now Escoto looking to get things going. Here comes Choras. Choras to the right foot. Oh, off the crossbar. I thought he was putting that thing into the upper shelf. Giles with Serra. Serra makes the run. Childs off the wall. Looking for Serra. Rojo knocks it down. Childs finds it back. Pollo turning. Pollo twisting. Finding back Serra. Sockers coming to life here. Never thought they would have conceded 3 early in the locker room before the match. But this is the situation they're in now. It's Escoto working to the right foot and cutting it back. Serra with Pino on the back line. Here's Escoto. Ran through the crease. Off the south wall. Cut to Childs in the corner. Childs says Gutierrez got a foot on it. Back to Pollo. Pollo back to Churas. Back to Pollo. Shot blocked. Serra will track it down. Sockers possessing. Early second quarter action. 3-3 tie. Entertaining match. Farber wanted to turn on that shot first time, and Jermaine was able to get to it first, but the Sockers maintain possession. Serra, nice step. Serra gets past Jermaine. Half step into the corner. Now he has to stop and reverse. Finds Childs right in the middle. Shot, save. A staggered Edgar Martinez, wrong-footed, but able to make the save.
That's a great save. You talk about wrong-footed right there, and he absolutely was, and still managed to get that right paw down. Not easy. Good stuff there.
Serra to Slav. Slav finding backheel passing attempt by Romero. The idea was clever, but Turlock runs it down. And Rojo back to Martinez. The Sockers last year were the best defensive team in the MASL. And I say that because obviously early results would not indicate such a thing. But expect that Sockers D to tighten up quarter by quarter and match by match as we progress through the campaign.
I think back to opening night last season, it was 0-0 at halftime.
Right.
A scoreless first half last year on opening night. Ended up 3-3 into golden goal overtime when Leonardo de Oliveira struck for the win, but 0-0 at halftime. Right now, 3-3 in the second quarter.
Pino, Pardo, Pollo. '20th minute working its way off the clock as Farber skitters one around the boards and Martinez reads it well to be able to glove it up. Goals for the Sockers from Farber, Pollo, and Pee-wee. Rojo, Jurado, and Gutierrez. Pino's feet a little too hard for Farber, and Martinez will cradle it in his crease. Strong arm one out. Pulido knocks it to the middle. Arista, make it Carmona. Jorge Carmona. Back to Pulido. Pulido trying to step to the foot. And as he worked to that left foot, Pee-wee Ortega read it, stole it, faked a pass back, turns forward, sends Farber through midfield. Farber attempting to cross to an open Childs. That ball was deflected down, and now Cal has a chance to move. Martin Arista will make the conservative play back to Juan Gonzalez. Gonzalez sends it forward, looking for Campos. Ivan Campos. Back to Jurado. Pollo marking him. Gonzalez. A little bit of space out high. Bending ball. Campos was trying to get ahead on it. Pollo. Well done out of the corner. Ture Contreras. Last year wore 3. He added a 3 this year for 33. And as such, Paul Wright's number 3 is now forever retired for the San Diego Sockers. Contreras, by the way, had the opportunity to continue to wear 3 and a la Mariano Rivera with the 42 have it grandfathered in. But he said no, he wanted to honor P3 and let that number stay up in the rafters.
Beautiful.
High pressure shown by the Sockers. This is a good ball along the north wall to spring the pressure. Sockers are stretched out as the kid sends it through the middle. That was Brambila. And now Contreras muscled off the ball by Gutierrez. No call. Contreras not happy about it. Neither is the fan cowboy Salazar watching from the side of the bench.
Salazar livid.
Yeah, he's very upset. Raya. Contreras stepping on Gutierrez, pressuring him. Good challenge. Ray's a little salty right now and would like to get a measure of revenge on big number 10. Gutierrez. That's big number 10. Back to Edgar Martinez. 7.5 and under left in the first half. Competitive, yes. Surprising, equally so. Jurado. Jurado. Nice step over. Jurado into the corner. Jurado as Aguirre blocked. Jurado maintains with Serra. Back to Gonzalez. Good possession here by the Express. That ball deflected. And could have been a whistle called against Pulido there. But the Sockers had the ball, and so advantage play. It's Slav. Tovar. Hasn't had a lot to do in this first half, Eric Tovar. In each of his 2 appearances for Team Mexico, he scored a hat trick. And then he scored a hat trick for San Diego in their lone exhibition match of the preseason, which was up in Ontario back on the 10th. Tovar was waiting in the zone. The pass read by Pulido, knocked down. Here comes the Cal Express. Rojo's making a nice run. And Pee-wee
has to get played there. He has to get played. Arista's got to play that pass.
Here's one forward. It's Tovar over his head. Eric brings it down in the area. Edgar Martinez able to grab the loose ball. Well played. Rojo.
Yeah, that was almost a 2-goal difference right there, that mistake from Arista.
Yeah.
Rojo made a great overlapping run and was screaming for the pass, and then the Sockers almost transitioned the other way and scored themselves.
That whistle's going to be, I think, on Pee-wee. He and Jurado got into it. And I do find it interesting that these young kids on Turlock are making a big, big difference.
Making a statement right now. Here they come again.
Jermaine! Big block. Was it Aguirre, I think?
I think it was Aguirre. I think Pardo was behind it. Aguirre taking no chances.
Had 41 blocks, tied for the league lead last year. Aguirre's got at least 1 now. Tovar. Escoto. And back to the red line and crossed. It's Pollo. Pollo sending Pino forward. Guerrero Pino. Back to Pee Wee with 5.5 left in the first half. Here's Piffer. Had to take a second touch to gather the ball. Piffer works the middle. Pollo, nice touch by Gutierrez to get the steal. Played through. Gutierrez! Wide rebound! Wide! Sockers are fortunate not to be down a third time. Foul on Pino, easy to call. Ooh. Oh boy. How about Adrian Gutierrez? He took some heat in his early years of his career, but playing great tonight.
You see here, he's going to feel like he should have finished that one.
Yep.
I feel like that rebound, upon further review there from Jermaine, that may have been going in. It may have been blocked ever so slightly or nicked by a Sockers player there. Either way, still 3-all as we dip under 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, 25th minute gone and no sign of Turlock falling apart. Jurado! He scores! Fall apart. They've got the lead for the third time in the half. 4-3 Express.
Look at this. They just won't quit. The drive low and hard to the far post. Not sure how much of it Pardo ever saw. Look at this right here from number 17, cutting onto the right, driving it to the far post, and looking up to some friends and family in attendance saying that's how we do it. Sockers 3, Express 4 here in the second quarter.
And Phil Salvaggio has called 2 timeouts in the first half to try and counter the Express success. And I'm telling you, that's a ASL record. Sorry, we're having a little bit of a headset equipment issue. I never touch the thing and it just shorts out. But regardless, there it is. Well, we told you about it earlier. We remind you again. Stay connected to the Sockers all season long with Sockers Overtime. It's the podcast that gives you an inside look at your San Diego Sockers. Myself and Nate bring you weekly recaps, previews, exclusive inside info, interviews, and more. Presented by 3 Punk Ales Brewing in Chula Vista. Subscribe to Sockers Overtime in your phone today, wherever you get your podcasts. That's a look of consternation on the face of the MASL Goalkeeper of the Year, Boris Pardo, whose goals against average last season was 3.90 per game. He would need this game to go into overtime tonight to get to that, and the Sockers don't want that at all. Trailing for the third time tonight. 4-3 Express and Jurado. And this young Express side has shown, honestly, more in this first half than we've probably seen in the last, let's say, 8 or 9 Express Sockers games combined. And the Sockers look like a team very much still getting to know one another. It's Gutierrez to Serra to Contreras. Let's see what the Sockers have in store for the next goal. Piffer. Gutierrez just dispossesses him. Gutierrez, a man possessed tonight. Adrian Gutierrez, a strong run. All the way across 3 lines and back to Juan Gonzalez. I have truly never seen number 10 Adrian Gutierrez play with this level of quality for the course of an entire half. And that's no knock on the young man. He's been going a long time. He's a veteran Express player, but boy, he is really showing out tonight. Here's Jurado.
Man on a mission tonight, without a doubt. And this guy, too, Jurado, has really come to play as well. I'd say Jurado, Gutierrez, and Rojo are the 3 stars of this first half for the visitors.
Viking clap underway, trying to get the spirit of the quarter back onto the Sockers side. Contreras does well to win that away from Campos. Juan Gonzalez will track it down in defensive midfield. 3.5 minutes to play in a surprising first half. Jermaine sees his man Jurado in the corner. Jurado, bumped by Gutierrez, keeps the ball. The 22-year-old working hard. Got it back to Gonzalez.
Fights and gets it back. Class.
Campos. So impressed by what I've seen from Cal so far tonight. Sockers have to be concerned about the result, which is something that we have never been worried about in any home match between these two clubs before. Contreras, giveaway, but Campos cannot run this one down. He's going to high pressure, force Pardo to some fancy footwork. Juras pressured by the youngster Rea. Back to Conte with 2.5 to go. It's Arista. Easy steal for Slav. Buba Peripovic says, what's going on, guys? You told me all about this series. Hasn't played the way we heard. Contreras. Ray Contreras, long ball forward, looking for Romero! Oh, winds up being a one-hop save by Edgar Martinez.
Yeah, Rojo actually got a little bit of a head on that, too.
Steal. Escoto. Bouncing ball. Escoto fakes the shot. Soul roll. Sends Slav to the wall. Slav is going to make a run to the middle as Pee-wee settles. Buba Peripovic. Slaviša. Finding Aguirre. And back to Slav. Romero.
Watching Escoto, he was hanging out on that left wing. He had to come central to get the ball.
Aguirre has Slav in the middle. Aguirre. Slav works into the corner now. Back to Escoto on the edge. 1.5 and under. 1:22 left in the half. Well, the Sockers trail at halftime. Romero trying to chase this one in the corner. Rojo bangs it off the boards. Well done.
Well done.
And Carmona.
There's no man on call there for Carmona.
70 seconds left in the half. As Pee-wee.
A little elbow thrown there. Foul called off the ball against Cesar Romero. So Romero back. The bench is a bit of frustrated character.
And yeah, Martinez telling the official Brian Elliott to keep an eye on that guy. Said, I just saw him. He did the Robert De Niro, my eyes, your eyes. Final minute of the first half. Will it be a magic minute for the Sockers? Rojo says it could be magic for me. Have you seen what I'm doing out here tonight? Slicing and dicing.
A one-man wrecking crew tonight.
That one out of play. Back to San Diego.
Rojo's got to not get greedy, though. I've seen a couple of times where he wants to fly forward with the ball at his feet. Got to maintain those defensive responsibilities.
40 seconds.
Here he is, getting sucked out onto Childs.
Quiet Childs first half. Pee-wee. Escoto, speaking of quiet first half, trying to make noise! Oh, he hit the post! Escoto, what a shot!
Just bending the wrong way. Swerve on it, just took it to the post.
This one's out of play. And it's top of the arc.
Wow.
Off of a Turlock player inside the defensive zone. Top of the arc now on a defensive clearance, and with 15.7 seconds left, Craig Childs and the Sockers have an opportunity to level this score. Will it be Slav? Will it be Childs? It'll be Childs. It'll be into the wall. Jermaine, good block. 10 seconds. Slav on an island. Plays it back to Pardo. Sockers will trail at halftime, barring a magic moment. Pee-wee.
Have it.
It's Pollo. It's 1 second. Time's up. And the Sockers down 4-3 at the half. The Cal Express have come to San Diego to make a statement that this is a new dawn, a new day, a new Cal. And they're feeling good. 30 minutes complete. 4-3 Cal leading the San Diego Sockers. In a moment, we'll hear from Phil Salvaggio down on the field with our Melissa May, but tell you what, I don't think there's anything to be said in terms of the Sockers being hard done. This is an entirely earned scoreline right now.
It's been a well-played match from the visitors, who again are coming off a big win against a perennial powerhouse in Kansas City. So I don't think that they're all too surprised at their own performance right now. This is a confident bunch, and I don't know how many times we've ever said that about the Express coming into this building in particular to play these San Diego Sockers. This is a confident team, and it's going to take one hell of a performance for the Sockers to get a win tonight, but we'll see what they're capable of in the second half.
Sockers trailing 4-3. We're just waiting for Phil Salvaggio, who every single game, we just love his dedication to family. He always will go first, no matter what, to go over to say hi to his wife, to his 3 daughters, to offer them a kiss, to get some quiet moments together. And we love that. We appreciate it. We also appreciate him coming over to our broadcast position on the floor. Let's go downstairs. Melissa May, Phil Salvaggio standing by.
What are some positives you're taking out of the first half of the first game of the 2019-2020 season?
Tell you the truth, there was no positives. We're playing really bad, and we're not keeping the ball, and we got to make some changes here.
Now, you can only have one first goal of a season. How happy are you that it was veteran Brian Farber?
I'm happy for Farber. It is it's still not good enough, and it's a long game. Hopefully we can come around in the second half and make some changes and start playing better.
And when you say changes, are there any major changes? What are you looking for in the second half?
We're going to discuss in the locker room, but we're going to make something's going to happen.
All right, thanks, Coach.
You heard it from the boss. Swap sets. All right, there it is. You heard it from the boss. Something's going to happen. Something going to happen too. We're going to take a halftime break. We're going to come back with third quarter action next. 4-3, the Cal Express leading the San Diego Sockers, and this is MASL TV.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on, I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's training for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude, you're right, bro, he's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the mail. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
The proud son of an immigrant father, John Hernandez found his own path through a field of smoke. John found his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, a job few are willing to do. Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Paulina Salazar, your preferred real estate agent for the San Diego Sockers. I would love the opportunity to show you guys what I could bring to the table as far as real estate goes. So please do not hesitate to shoot me a text or a phone call.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
All right, yeah, thanks for sure. I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on. I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's trading for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude. You're right, bro. He's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the mail. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. Halftime is winding down. 4-3, the Cal Express leading the San Diego Sockers. Let's bring you the highlights from the first half of action. And the San Diego Sockers getting out to the game's first goal, courtesy of a long distribution and a bit of a mistake in net by Edgar Martinez. He was at the edge of his crease, realized he was in trouble, pushed the ball away, and there's Brian Farber doing Brian Farber things, right place, right time, for a deflected in goal and a 1-0 lead. But that lead, as we watch it one more time, would turn out to be short-lived. This more of just a classic, simple indoor mistake, as Martinez did not want to risk giving up a shootout and instead gave up the usual result of a shootout, which is a goal. Then Manuel Rojo with this run on the south wall, turning this game on its ear, running past the entire Sockers defense to clean things up for his second goal in as many games for the Cal Express. Rojo pushing his way past top players like Escoto and Cerda to pick up the goal, and the Express were far from done as Polito's shot found Gerardo Jurado available at the top of the key to clean things up for his first goal of the match. The Polito run, however, he was open and undefended, and so was Jurado, who came up to make it 2-1 Cal, their first of 3 leads in the first half. The Sockers are back on the floor along with the Cal Express to get ready for the start of the third quarter. We show you some more highlights as early in the second quarter, this loose ball to Iram Pollo Ruiz for his first of the year, unassisted, just 32 seconds into the quarter to make it a 2-2 score. Pollo with his first of the year. We're going to pause the highlights here for just a second, if you don't mind, boys, as we see the Gutierrez goal to make it 3-2, because assistant coach Rene Ortiz is down on the floor with our Melissa May. Let's get down to the two of them real quick.
Coach, what were some major changes that you talked about in the locker room during halftime?
Well, we just got to change our energy. I think we just get more concentrated on following our man, don't get hit on one-on-one situations, and pretty much change the attitude of how we approach the game.
Now going into the second half, what was your message to the team?
Just that. We just need to like be more alert. I think we're not playing to our potential because maybe the first game, you know, a lot of stuff going on in their head, but we need to counter that mental stage that we're like sleepy, not really focused, and get back in the game.
Thank you so much, Coach. Have a good game.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Melissa. Assistant coach Rene Ortiz with his thoughts, the WMF World Cup champion, head coach of Team Mexico. So we're just going to leave the highlight reel where it was Gutierrez and Parado scoring for Cal. Pee-wee Ortega with a header, rebound goal from Slavica Ubaparapovic, and that's where we stand. 4 for the Express, 3 for the Sockers, and 15 fresh minutes on the clock to start the third quarter. My name's Craig Elston with Melissa May and our TVX video crew. And with third quarter play-by-play, I turn over the duties to Nate Abarea.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elston. Brian Farber gave the Sockers a 1-0 lead in this game. Rojo and Jurado got 2 back for the Express. Score at the end of the first quarter was 2-1 in favor of the visitors. Ruiz made it 2-all just 30 seconds in to the second quarter, but Gutierrez made it 3-2. Ortega tied it back up at 3 for the Sockers, and then Jurado with his second of the game to bring the score where it currently stands as we start this second half, this third quarter. Sockers 3, Express 4, and the Watsonville, California native Ivan Campos gets us underway here in the third quarter as Brian Farber, the man who christened the scoreboard tonight, chases this one down in his own third, pokes it ahead to himself and tries to fight through a sliding challenge there from Polito. Now it's Craig Childs trying to feed his old mate. Farber still hunting for it at the arc there. And here's Rojo. Rojo, without a doubt, one of the best players in this game. If there were 3 stars to choose from the first half, he would most definitely be one of them. The Express, you gotta say, have never played with this level of confidence, this level of, I don't want to say swagger, but there's been some technical displays that would be the envy of most anybody in this league. And Manuel Rojo was one of the men who exhibited such. The first goal, that equalizer, back in the first quarter. Just a beautiful one-man show, slicing and dicing through the entire Sockers team and slotting one past Pardo. The Express haven't looked back, and here they come again. All up this right side, played back into the middle. Nearly getting onto it was Arista. Still coming here, the boys from Turlock. It's going to be a set piece over in the corner there. This Jurado's shot was blocked. 13:51 left here in the third quarter. Again, Nate Abarea and Craig Elston here with you on MASL TV. Opening night at the Grand Old Arena. Dead ball situation for the Express. Back into the action. Back to the former Sockers man on loan to this Express team, Juan Gonzalez. Gonzalez, who scored the winner, the golden goal in overtime the other night against Kansas City to give the Express a fantastic start to their season. But now here comes Escoto. Escoto was pleading for a handball. They play on. Slav, Uba Peripovic, was he fouled? Yes, indeed. Set piece to the Sockers here. In a bit of an interesting spot and a power play to boot.
Yellow card.
A yellow card. Oh, let's see what happened here, Craig. I'm not sure if it was some afters there. So it was a yellow, not a blue. And I think someone might have said something or something off the ball at the end.
Yellows this year in MASL can only be on dissent type plays. So Juan Gonzalez for dissent has to sit for 5 minutes. Doesn't change the players on the field, still 5v5.
So something was indeed said, and we'll leave it at that. A little over a minute and a half into the second half. Slav drives on. The keeper came all the way out to the boundary there. And Martinez made the save. The thing cycles all the way back to Boris Pardo. Pardo. Here to Pollo. Sega and Ruiz at the back, but now they're both off. As Cerda comes back into the fold for the Sockers, attacking from right to left on your screens. With the blue melting into the gold on the tops. The blue shorts and those gold socks. Cerda still with the number 29 on his back after the number change last season. This one comes forward. Romero. Back down to Escoto. What can Brandon Escoto bring? Tries to play one over to Tovar. Beg your pardon, Eric Tovar out there. Back to Cerda. Cerda center circle. Escoto near side. Crossing the red line. There's one back to Cerda. Into the attacking zone. Cerda drives high just over the top. And the Express unable to really clear their lines. As Contreras puts it forward. Awkward one there for Martinez as he scampers back to the goal mouth. Piffer back into the game for San Diego. Contreras and Piffer holding things down. There's Tovar again, working away from goal. Back to Cerda. 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Score the same as when we started. 4-3, the Express lead. Game it's been for Jurado on a hat trick for the visitors. No multi-goal scores for San Diego. Farber, Ruiz, and Ortega. Tovar hoping to become the fourth member of that list. Contreras cycles through. Patience of virtue here for the Sockers. As Cerda holds and plays back to Raimundo. Contreras back over to Cerda. Cerda holding it down. Escoto has been working so hard throughout this game just to get in a position to get the ball. Position to receive a pass, and here he is with some space. He wants to drive one. He does. Shot blocked. Brandon Escoto, for all intents and purposes, has been shut down thus far in this game. And look out here. It's Rojo. It's the man of the hour. It's a brilliant tackle from Contreras. Contreras cleaning up the heirs of the Sockers team there as Rojo saw his name up in lights again. Could not get the shot off. Here come the Sockers. Childs playing this back to goal, that proper point play. He does so well. Tried to get it over to Pollo. Just couldn't find him. Feel like Pardo's going to be off his line a lot here in this second half. Looking to keep these attacks going. See if the ultimate goal can be accomplished here. Right now, that's finding an equalizer. The Express still with that 4-3 lead as we approach 5 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Can they clear their lines?
Oof.
Oh, what a block that was. And now it's back here on this near side with Pee-wee. Now back with Slav. Uba Peripovic, and is shielded off there by the hips of Jurado. Cries of a foul from the Express bench. Not heard. Pee Wee back with it.
Polito thought he got one to the face.
He did. And here's Pee Wee playing over to Farber. Farber on those far side boards, up the right wing. Plays it across. Good little knockdown and a grab by Edgar Martinez. Apart from that rather egregious error back in the first quarter, Martinez has been nails in goal for the visitors. Look out here as Arista cuts in onto his left foot. Farber flying back to help out. Johnny on the spot knocks it away. Plays it over to his old friend Craig Childs.
Now, it's interesting in that Brandon Escoto took an ankle injury at the end of the WMF World Cup and has been slow coming back through training. Childs has been a bit nicked up in training. Leo, obviously unavailable today due to injury. And those are the top three scorers from the Sockers roster 2018-2019. And Escoto and Childs have zeros and zeros on their lines so far tonight.
And of course, you throw Slav into that mix there as the marquee scoring names on this Sockers roster for this 2019-20 season, and Slav has also been shut out tonight. Let's see who the first of that bunch of scoring threats that we mentioned. Let's see who the first one to get their goal is tonight. That shot blocked as Romero was trying to cut in onto his right foot. Has to knock it back into a danger area with the overhead kick, and it's calmly played back to Edgar Martinez. Martinez at the back. Carries forward to the red line. Wants to launch up that wing. Sees the run being made. It's off the boards perfectly. This could be a chance here. What a save by Pardo. As Polito just let the ball do the work there. Off the boards, rolled right onto the right foot. And Pardo had to get everything behind it. He did so. A fine save. Still 4-3 to the Express. No foul called. Chance for the Sockers. Odd man rush the other way. It's Cerda. He's got a runner on his right side. And the Sockers have got their equalizer. Emmanuel Aguirre makes it 4-all. 8:09 left here in the third. Goal! San Diego.
And it started with the Romero challenge, and then how about Cesar Cerda being the point guard on the fast break? He had Romero to his left, but he had the better play to his right in Aguirre. And while Romero was like, hey, give me the ball, the right play was made, the clever move by the young man who's a veteran in his own right, Cerda, to get the Sockers on level terms, and for Emmanuel Aguirre to open his account with his first Sockers goal.
Big moment for Aguirre, big moment for the Sockers.
San Diego Sockers goal! Score number 26, Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Aguirre, the Jalisciense getting into the mix. Guadalajara native brings us back on even terms. But look out here as the boys from Stanislaus County are looking to jump right back on top the way they did a couple of times back in that second quarter. Saw the Sockers score 2 equalizing goals, only for the Express to score rather quickly both times. Took that 4-3 lead into the dressing room. 4-all right now as we reach the halfway point of this third period. Guerrero Pino back into the game for the boys in blue and gold. Pino and Cerda holding things down defensively for Phil Salvaggio's team right now. Pino plays it back into his own half. The feet of Pollo Ruiz. Ruiz and Pino. Pino fighting through. Pino still fighting through. Pino still fighting through. Had Childs square. Cristian Gutierrez into the game. Here's Childs. Pulls it just wide. Inches wide. Childs almost with his first goal of the season. Great play from Guerrero Pino. As he goes to the bench for a little rest, but Pino bringing as much attacking prowess as he has defensive strength here in this second half. Love the drive going forward there from the Sockers number 5. Edgar Martinez feeling things out. Whew, little dicey there at the end as Pollo was closing down. Danger ball down in the corner. Trying to find Ivan Campos. Stuff here from Rojo. as Rojo and Boyo are going at it. And it's
Great
leaking
ball.
out here for Tovar. Tovar! Toe pokes to the far post, and it's just wide. Agonizing stuff for San Diego here in this last minute as Childs and Tovar were both inches away from giving their side the lead.
Tell you what, the Pollo steal that opened up that transitional run was a thing of beauty, reaching the foot around the right hip of Manuel Rojo to poke it out of midair over the back of Rojo's head and onto his toe to break out the action. Spectacular stuff, and frankly, Childs expects to finish a ball like that, and I think Tovar expects to do the same.
Well, reminder, folks, you can bring your family to any Sockers home game this season with our Family 4-Pack, one of the best sports values in San Diego. Get 4 corner loge seats, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas, all for just $79 with free parking. There's plenty of money left over for a trip to the merchandise stand or the concession booth, or both. So to get your Family 4-Pack for our next match, go to sockers.com or call 866-799-GOAL and get your Family 4-Pack today. Say Pollo, bouncing off that point you're making there, Craig. Pollo, you could say, has been arguably, if not the most important, one of the 3 most important players on the pitch tonight for San Diego.
For sure. He is really controlling things. He's the player who has the ability to command the ball, to win it back, to possess it, and is so smart in making those intrusive runs to break things down in the offensive third and create those 2v1s down low.
The Sockers have tied the score. They trailed by 1 at the break. In case you're just joining us, 4-3 the halftime score, 4-4 how it stands now. And they get that go-ahead sally before the end of the third period. For the horn sounds, we reach the 45-minute mark of the night. Here's Brian Farber. Trying to control it with his left foot, now trying to control it with his right. Up and over one defender, up and over another, and a foul is called against Farbisi. And he's saying, what on earth did I do wrong?
Nothing, Brian, and your hair looks great.
You can never question the hair. Hard part and all. Here's Rojo. Lovely touch with the chest. Calm stuff from Manuel Rojo.
Defending Rojo has been the hard part tonight.
And Rojo's done a darn good job defending himself, fulfilling those defensive responsibilities I talked about back in that first half, and also giving his team one heck of a spark going forward. Here they come. Campos back to goal. Off the wall. Campos chases down. Likely will play back to Rojo here. He does so. Covers for him. Back to Campos. Campos running the point there. Looking for a pass. Plays out wide to Jurado. Jurado with a brace thus far. Looking to net a hat trick if he could get one.
Slav with a tiny little shove for Rojo.
Sly from Slav. Under 5 remaining here in the third quarter. Back with Edgar Martinez on the Kaiser Permanente logo in his own half. Plays short to Jermaine. Jermaine back to Martinez. Martinez being closed down. Got to be careful. Ready to pounce. Pee Wee Ortega into the express half. Knocked off it. Just clearing their lines there. Turlock, Cal Express. Childs gets it back for the San Diego Sockers. Rojo did a great job suckering in a couple of Sockers players there. And so poking forward as the Express can clear their lines, and maybe they have something going forward here. Man in the middle was waiting, and he was just never found. It was Polito. He was down there near the goal mouth screaming for it. This one's going to go out of play. It'll be Sockers ball with under 4 remaining here in the third quarter.
A great recovery by Luis Pee Wee Ortega right there. That could have been another go-ahead goal as Pee Wee made that last surge and to block the ball away.
Back to action here. Tucked down in the left corner and committing a foul. Cesar Cerda clapping his hands in frustration. Once the official in red. Foul called against Cesar. And the captain's armband, Adrian Gutierrez, has it knocked away by Cerda. Cerda channeling the frustration in all the right ways. Gets it back. He's got space at the point here. Crosses the red line. Cerda on his right foot. Cerda shot blocked and ball out of play.
So a restart from the wall, but Cerda, when you talk about those top 3 players for San Diego, he's definitely got a spot on that podium for tonight. contributing offensively in addition to what he does on D.
Can the Sockers get their first lead since they led 1-0 back in the first quarter? Foul called.
Gutierrez got handsy.
Another dead ball situation here. We'll see if he wants to drive something at goal or play short to Craig Childs. Childs is trying to sneak off to that left side right here, as he does oh so well, and have the ability to cut in on that right foot and have a shot. Or Cerda might drive it himself. Cerda drives it low. It's off the wall. Gonzalez knocks it down with the head. Gonzalez being hassled by his old friend Craig Childs, and there was nothing really all too friendly about that challenge from Childs.
Blue card late coming.
And there it is. Say nothing friendly about this. Perhaps.
Wow, okay.
Perhaps a bit of a fine sell job there from Gonzalez, but Childs gets the blue card, and Gonzalez might have a bruise on his side tomorrow. That lower back area going into the boards, but call it what you will. The only opinion that matters is that of the men in red. And they say foul and blue card, so how about this? The first power play of the night for either side will be upcoming.
And Chabo calls timeout to set up the power play for the Cal Express. And as you watch it again, it's kind of one of those things, Nate, where you see the corner kick hashes there, that white line in the corner. The bump occurs in front of the line, and then Gonzalez hits the wall behind the line. And I think if you bump a guy across the line into the boards, it's one of those calls that's very standard, even if it's, as you watch it over and over, pretty much hip-to-hip contact. And Gonzalez being slightly off balance that sends him into the wall, not the hit. However, the call as it stands is appropriate given what we're talking about. That line is there, you bump it across, you concede the penalty. Make the Sockers a part of your special event, school assembly, or corporate function. The Sockers' mission is to reach to every corner of San Diego, spreading the story of arena soccer and what it takes to be a success on and off the field. Arrange for your school, group, charity, or business organization to connect with the Sockers today. For more info, go to sdsoccers.com/community. sdsoccers.com/community. Our newly installed community director, John Green, doing an incredible job. Sockers have already had 14 appearances in the community before the season is started. Make sure you get your school, church group, business organization on the list as we proceed through the winter.
Shout out to John Green, and shout out to Jerry Jimenez doing a great job on the social media side. And check out that new Twitter handle at Somos Sockers. Sockers have always been a proper bilingual organization, and now we're bilingual on social media. So check it out at San Diego Sockers for coverage in English from the team, and at Somos Sockers for coverage in Espanol. It's all about the penalty kill right now for these San Diego Sockers. 2 minutes for boarding, the official call against Childs. Power play for the visitors from Stanislaus County. They have a chance to take another lead in this game. Sockers have only led once when Brian Farber made it 1-0 back in the first quarter. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 Express, 2-2, 3-2 Express, 3-3, 4-3 at halftime, and then 4-4. It's been a close game all night. Nobody able to stretch a lead or anything real serious with one. They haven't lasted all too long in this game. And right now, fittingly, we're deadlocked at 4. And here's Gonzalez driving one. It's blocked by Brian Farber. It was a quick minute shaved off this power play. Good job on the kill by the Sockers so far. Gutierrez squared up out there by Piffer. Back to the point in Gonzalez. Gonzalez got that rocket of a right foot. He wants to get onto it. Farber closed down at the near post. It's going to come back for Gutierrez, and it's a goal! Gutierrez shoots it low, and on the spot to pop it home. Ivan Campos, the Watsonville native, makes it 5-4. Goal! The Express have the lead again, Craig.
And it's all off the missed clear. Luis Piffer saw the ball go right under his foot, right over to Gutierrez, and a beautiful redirection, it must be said, at 13:01. The fourth lead of the match for the Cal Express.
Fresh strawberries, fine apple cider, and Ivan Campos. The great exports of Watsonville, California.
I can think of one other.
Trying to be humble here.
One Nate Abarea.
Trying to be humble up here on the broadcast gantry. but we got to show love to the hometown. Christian Gutierrez back into the game for San Diego. Playing time has been sparing for Christian here tonight. That's got to be a delay of game. It's going to be, so a big chance to get right back to even terms here for the Sockers. Talking about leads not really lasting in this game. See what the Sockers can do from the top of the arc here.
Now this is a club, again, Turlock having played a game. Let's see what Slav has.
Oh, Slav into the wall. Childs, second chance, shoots low, blocked. And Childs is going to try to play it all the way back to Boris Pardo. As I said, is going to be coming off his line a lot. And we have a stoppage down at the red line. And looking to be in some discomfort is Adrian Pulido.
Yeah, Pulido looks like right ankle. He could not maintain his walk across the red line. He's going to hobble off and be seen to by the training staff. But for Pulido, hopefully we'll see him back in short order. What a tremendous effort tonight by the Cal Express by Adrian Gutierrez, who had 3 points in their opener and has 2 more tonight. The go-ahead assist right there on the power play. Good stuff.
90 seconds left here in the third quarter. Sockers trail again. San Diego 4. Turlock, Cal Express 5. The Sockers get it back before the buzzer sounds here at the end of the third. Raimundo Contreras looking for the pass back, gets it. Contreras shoots low and wide. And this one is going to be partially cleared. Lovely touch there with the right foot from Pee Wee Ortega to keep it in the Express half. Under a minute remaining now. Escolto. No, he wants to get that ball over on the right side and come in onto that left foot. And what's the call here?
Childs wants to know why Eduardo Hernandez has not pulled the blue card out, as it was a tug on Pee Wee as he was in on net.
I understand where Captain Craig is coming from, but Sockers have got to channel this frustration in the right way. We've talked about that already here in this game tonight. See if Escolto gets to drive it with the left foot here. Instead, play short to Childs. Passes a little bit behind Childs. That just didn't look crisp right there on the set piece. How about the importance of set piece all last season? And that was, I hate to say it, but a bit wasteful. Coming up on 30 seconds remaining here in the third. Escolto yet to really become active in this game tonight. He's been in the passenger seat. He wants to get in that driver's seat and put it into second gear and let it rip.
Bad bounce.
Bad bounce there. Sees it knock away from Slav off the boards. Here come the Express again. Good backtracking from Brandon Escolto. Not always known for his defensive contributions, but a good one there. Childs off the wall. Churas giving chase, and lovely stuff there at the back defending from Adrian Gutierrez. And there could be one chance remaining. Instead, the horn sounds. And after leading 4-3 at the halftime break, the Express lead 5-4 at the end of 3. Third quarter goals for the Sockers from Aguirre to tie the score at 4. And then the Watsonville, California native Ivan Campos gave the lead right back to the visitors from Stanislaus County. That's your score after 45 minutes. Sockers 4, Express 5. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right here on MASL TV.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on, I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's trading for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude, you're right, bro, he's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the mail. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.
A reminder, folks, the MASL podcast returns for the 2019-2020 season. Join us as we talk to players, officials, and coaches from across the league and take you behind the scenes of the MASL. Check out MASLsoccer.com to listen to past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast on Apple Podcasts. The San Diego Sockers trail by a goal going into the final period, into the fourth quarter at home on opening night. Your score, 5-4 in favor of the Turlock Cal Express. Refreshing you in case you're just joining us, Brian Farber gave the Sockers the lead early on in the first quarter. Rojo and Jurado with a couple of fine goals for the Express to make it 2-1 at the end of 15 minutes. Ruiz made it 2-all early on, just 30 seconds in to that second quarter. Gutierrez made it 3-2 for the Cal Express. Ortega opened his account for the Sockers, making it 3-3. Jurado got his second of the game just before halftime for 4-3. Aguirre for 4-4 in the third quarter for San Diego. And then Ivan Campos put his side back in the lead. And that's where we stand right now. Sockers 4, Express 5, 15 minutes left to go. Nate Abarea here with you on MASL TV. And to take you the rest of the way with the play-by-play, here's Craig Elston.
Thank you so much, Nate. Thanks to Melissa May, to our terrific TVX crew back for their second season helming our San Diego Sockers home broadcasts. 5-4 Cal. Childs chipped it back through Iram Pollo Ruiz to the WMF Team Mexico captain Guerrero Pino. Cesar Serra to Pino. And the Sockers have looked tonight like a club still getting to know one another. Almost as if they need to wear name tags still. See if that chemistry comes together in the fourth. As Childs tried to chip that one time, it was wide. Banged off the wall by Rojo. Outside the red line, in the air. Pino got a touch but could not win the ball. Rojo will track it down for the Cal Express. Fair to say, next goal is big in this match. And in the sport of indoor soccer, where we know there could be a lot of goals left to play, we'll see if the fourth quarter is the Sockers' domain the way it was throughout all of last season.
I love the fact that there hasn't been a 2-goal lead in this game. A game with 9 goals. No one has ever led by more than 1.
And it's been nip and tuck all the way, as Nate quite accurately recapped. A series of 1-goal leads and ties, essentially, since it was 1-0 San Diego in the opening minutes.
And that's the only lead the Sockers have had in this game on opening night here in the Grand Old Arena.
Oh, bad pass by Slav. Sets up a 4v2 the other way. Campos, open man, but the ball gets to Pardo first.
It's just a little slow there, and it was a good run at that back post from Jermaine. Here come the Sockers, Craig.
And with Turlock a bit stretched out, Gutierrez uses the wall to his liking. Draws a double team, gets out of it. Gutierrez off the wall, and the header is wide by Slav. Working off the second minute, it's gone. 47 complete, 13 to play, 5-4 Cal. Jurado. Make it, my pardon, Carmona down there. Contreras is under pressure. Back to Pardo. And Pardo lifts it out. Gutierrez is trying to track that ball down, but it's going to get to a Cal head first. Jurado there. Ooh. Shouldered by Iram. They're going to call the handball. I think that arm was extended away from the frame of the body.
Shoulder-ish.
And as such, put it right straight away for Juan Gonzalez. Some kids going over to join the deep end, trying to get people fired up here and get this club fired up. 3,259 in the house tonight for the season opener in San Diego. Escoto. Farber coming off, coming on Childs. Childs is in the attacking zone, wants to be played the ball. And it's Martinez diving on the Pee-wee cross to knock it down. This is top of the arc for San Diego. A wild clearance out of the zone by the Cal Express. San Diego with a set piece.
It's been either Slav or Childs, so we'll see who gets this one. Pick your poison.
3-man wall. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? It's going to be Childs. It's going to be Escoto. Blocked.
Again, Escoto shut down.
Yeah, Brandon has not been a major factor. Arista on the run. 12 goals tied for the Turlock lead last year. Now as the Cal Express, looks like Arista is going to have a lot of competition for that top goal spot. Jurado stands out. So does Rojo. So does Gutierrez. Juan Gonzalez. Past the sliding block. Return pass just behind him. And now a chance to run for Escoto. Escoto had to wait for the ball. Escoto chips through a man. He pokes it right-footed. He gets spun off the ball. Play on, says Elliott, shaking his head disdainfully as Escoto was hoping to get a foul called there. And I don't think he earned it.
Unlucky at the other end, though, for Gonzalez coming back on that 1-2. You saw it developing in slow-mo, and the pass was just off the mark.
Farber laid off the bench there on that challenge. Hiram will get it back to Pardo. But the Sockers have not looked themselves for much of any part of this match. We do remember, as you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Nate, here's a giveaway, and it's Gonzalez. Gonzalez's pass knocked down by Pee-wee. There's the header into the zone. Ruiz is there, calm under pressure with Jermaine breathing down his neck. Pollo to make it Pee-wee taking an elbow there along the wall. No call against Juan Gonzalez, who said that was a bad call. In fact, Juan Gonzalez did not like that whistle whatsoever. But the point I was going to make is you talked about last year's season opener, where the Sockers at this point in the match were up 3-0 to RGV, conceded 3 times, needed overtime. That was not a game that we put in the record books as being a brilliant performance by San Diego. And tonight they're having a similarly uneven performance, and we'll see if they can similarly escape with a win.
Well, they're going to get top of the arc
yes,
here.
They
and
will.
Turlock not happy about it.
Unfortunate, really unlucky for Rojo right there. But now for the Sockers, who are 0-4 on set pieces, what can they do here? Timeout called by Phil Salvaggio, furious. All the way out to the Kaiser Permanente logo already, not happy with what he was seeing between Slav and Childs on that set piece. So they will talk it over. In doing so, we remind you that the Sockers thank Mitre USA for providing our match balls. Mitre, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Arena-specific match balls provided by Mitre to the MASL and MASL2, and we say thanks to Mitre. 5-4 Cal. Top of the arc and an important opportunity here for San Diego. And frankly, all these set pieces have been quite easily defended so far by the Cal Express. It's been into the wall, into the wall, into the wall, and a pass to Escoto that was blocked straight away on the shot.
I love coming out of this timeout. Craig Childs and Slavica Ubaparapovic have already been standing over this ball for about 30 seconds discussing what they're going to do. So it's not going to be for lack of planning, however this goes here.
Can the Sockers come from behind for the 4th time tonight to tie the score? Slav to Childs. Shot blocked. Rebound off the post.
That almost rolled in.
Almost a lucky deflection for KC. And a foul called on Slav in the back of the play. Only 10:22 left in the 4th quarter. If this scoreline holds, the Cal Express will have a 1.5 game lead on the entire MASL Western Conference.
Just how we drew it up.
Here's the rush, off the frame, Arista. Trying to give Cal a danger goal. Rojo, he does it! Manuel Rojo! Beating Pardo's short post, and now it must be said, an Express win in San Diego is becoming ever more of a possibility as Rojo has a brace.
Oh, talk about bagging the brace with class. Pardo's going to feel like he should have done better here, but this is hit with menacing pace. Pardo gets a paw to it. You know he's going to feel like he should have kept it out, but take nothing away from that drive from Rojo. Manuel Rojo with the 2nd of the night, and for the first time all night, a team in this game has a 2-goal lead. And what do you know? It's the lads from Stanislaus County who have it.
Hey, they have been the better side tonight.
Absolutely.
All the way through. I mean, all the way through. The one lead for the Sockers came on an unfortunate individual play. This has been a dominant performance by a young team with a new head coach. And how about Edgar Chebo Martinez Aviles? This ball came to Tovar in the corner. Tovar, among many Sockers who have been silent tonight. And somewhat shockingly so.
Ooh.
Look out, Jermaine.
Whew. He somehow got all ball on that and didn't commit a foul. It was as impressive as anything I've seen all night. I was holding my breath as he lunged into that challenge.
What great coaching by the Express. What organization and what tenacity they've shown. They have been a complete unit all night long. The Sockers have looked like individuals all night long. There's an easy call, the tug on Campos. And really, San Diego just, I mean, they need to find something they haven't found for 50 minutes. So we'll see if there are answers to be had in a thrilling final 10. But upset alert in week 1 of the MASL. And this would have been the biggest favorite on the board in the opening week. Pollo. Giles looking for the 1-2. Gutierrez read it all the way. The kids are really going. The deep end's going. There's a steal by Giles. Giles thieved it, loses Gutierrez, and hits the post for the 3rd time tonight. Wow.
That had to go in. That absolutely had to go in, and it just didn't. Giles doing all the hard work and just couldn't finish the thing in the end. Gonzalez getting physical with Slav out there.
Well, I've never seen Adrian Gutierrez play as well as he has played tonight. And he is clearly much fitter than he has been in past seasons. He is playing with purpose, and because he's got an extra step that we haven't seen in past years, he's able to use that physicality to knock players off the ball. Gutierrez has been an impact player for the Cal Express this evening. One of many.
Purpose and pride from this Express team.
Here's Escoto. The Sockers need not 1 but 2 just to try and force extra. Tovar, 1-2, past Escoto's right foot. The southpaw Escoto, back to Serra. Serra stepping to his right. Martinez, well done. Got down to his seat to block that.
And while the frustration might be mounting right now, I do like that in the final third, you're still seeing a lot of efforts for give and goes. And
good steal, Farber.
Soccer's trying to play team ball to get these goals back.
Serra's got an open man. It's Chunas!
There it is.
6-5. Sockers pull one back from Escoto. What does he have under the wrist, under the shin guard there? We did not see the celebration. We see the goal.
Escoto making the good run to that back post, rounding it off. We'll have to get to the bottom of the
some sort of
celebration
band
tribute there. But Escoto opens his account after that marvelous season last year. A slow start tonight. But Escotos are talking about the Sockers needing to not panic and just continue to play team ball. They swarmed 3 players with the high press, and Escoto ends up getting the glory at the end of it. 6-5 now the score.
2 assists for Cesar Serra. Escoto's first of the year, a timeout called by Chebo and Turlock. You're watching the Sockers and the Cal Express on MASL TV. Catch every game every week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. We are going to celebrate our growing pro soccer community in San Diego on Sunday, December 15th, when Soles de Sonora come calling for a 5 o'clock kickoff. It is USL Unity Night as we welcome in the players and coaches from the new San Diego Loyal for a special halftime ceremony. Fans will go home with a new Sockers beanie sponsored by Wells Fargo, a terrific giveaway gift. Plus, bring canned and non-perishable food donations for the San Diego Food Bank, and you'll receive raffle tickets for each can and good donated to try and win that brand new hot tub the following week on the 22nd, the season of giving. That's USL Unity Night against Soles de Sonora, December 15th. Get your tickets, sockers.com or 866-799-GOAL. Here's Matt Germain trying to get it right back as Pollo battles him in the corner. Pollo, woof, foul called on Germain, easy to call. So now, having drawn one back, the Sockers Let's see if that raises the quality of their final 7 minutes of action. Here's the run to put Pino in space. Nice ball by Pollo. Pino off the wall, just past Childs' lunge to equalize. Gutierrez off the wall looking for Childs again, and the rebound just missed him. Under 7 to go in regulation. 6-5 count.
San Diego Sockers go! Scoring number 19, Brandon. Thank you. On the assist, number 29, Cesar.
Well, Turlock did not get that pass away in 4 seconds. And that's something that Director of Officiating Ryan Sikic told us is going to be much more closely called this year.
I was going to say, I don't know if I've ever seen that actually get called right at 4 seconds there. That was...
Well, he waited too long. He got 4.
By the letter of the law, Craig Elston.
4.01 is not 4.
My goodness.
It's practically 5. Giles heads it across. Trying to chase that one down to Escoto now. Ball pinballing off heads. Polito trying to send in the speedy teenager. Taken away from Brambilla.
Look, we talk about it all the time. Next goal being huge. For me, next goal wins this game.
Probably true. Escoto wants it himself. Cutting right to left. Poking in front. Oh, again, Childs. Childs owning the post as he did at the beginning of last season. He's found the post 4 times tonight. The counterattack. Rojo just behind. But here's Arista. Makes the run into the corner. Contreras is on him now. Contreras, as the ball hops around, it pops back to Brambilla. And Slav is going to be able to find it. His players are scattered everywhere.
Bodies flying out there right now. This is what it's all about.
Childs has had a very unfortunate game. Tovar jumps on. Escoto steps over and plays back to Uba Peripovic. 5.5 to go. Sockers down by 1 in the 4th quarter of the opener. Gutierrez on the run. Gutierrez off the wall. To himself. He tried to get there. And he flicked it back. He tried for the back heel. Oh, what a brilliant try. No finish. Gutierrez, not for lack of effort. Contreras to track down the loose ball. The foul called as he shoved his man off the ball. And Hernandez says, hang on. Eduardo Hernandez did not reach for a card. A card right now would be
devastating.
Against the Sockers would really put them in a hole. A little bit of discussion between Hernandez and Elliott, and they are ready to go. So Conte with the strong challenge there, but boy, Gutierrez. And Childs has had 2, honestly 4 chances that normally Childs would have finished 3. Delay of game warning against the Express, and now timeout called by Chebo. So 5:14 to play. Shots are even at 14 apiece. Goals stand for Cal 6-5 over San Diego. Manuel Rojo's 2nd of the game, 3rd of the year, currently stands as the game winner. Brandon Escoto with the last tally to try and push San Diego back into contention. One thing I'm noticing here as we take a look at the Escoto-Childs near miss.
And that one moments later with Gutierrez just a few seconds ago. He worked from Escoto there.
It was such great vision by Escoto too. Perfect angle by our TVX crew there, that low angle on the field to show you what Escoto saw.
And then here's this last one from Christian Gutierrez, Craig, where Gutierrez off the wall to himself, still in there in that final back heel. Hold that shot right there to the end. You see it carried all the way on right here, and then this chance right there at the end with the heel. Gutierrez somehow, some way unable to finish that one, agonizingly so. My goodness, the Sockers are up against it right now. This is a real test on opening night against a team in the Turlock Cal Express that have found new life here this season and look to be a real force to be reckoned with in this division, in this conference, I should say.
That's great you bring that up, Nate. That's one of those changes, 2 big changes in terms of playoffs for the MASL this year. The first is that we're to a 2-conference format, not 4 division. Here's Childs. Through a double team back to Escoto. Juras Stepping to the left, held by Polito for just a moment. Action continues with under 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Escoto, dangerous, deadly, trying to feed Childs in the middle, and Gutierrez read it. And this is a counterattack for the Cal Express. And here comes Gutierrez, sent in 2v0 with Rojo to score the hat trick that will put Cal for the first time ever into the victory column in all likelihood in San Diego. Rojo has a hat trick. Cal leads 7-5.
Hattie for Rojo, and what a performance from Gutierrez tonight. He picked off the pass in his own defensive zone and transitions out with a glorious overlapping run. Gets played beautifully right there by his teammate. Who was that with that entry pass right there? It was Carmona. It was Carmona sending Gutierrez off. And come as you like. Watch this pass right here from Carmona. Inch perfect. And look at the vision from Gutierrez. Rojo saying, play me, play me. I played you. Now slot it home. Do the rest, young man. Gutierrez, man of the match. But look out, there's still time for the Sockers. Crazier things have happened in this building. But my goodness, 4.5 minutes. And they got a bag two just to force overtime here on opening night.
The Sockers have matched the most goals they allowed in any match last season. And it comes in the first of the year. And it comes against a club that has never beaten San Diego in San Diego.
That is a tough break right here. Getting back to the action, Craig. This delay a game call against Turlock. And is it going to be overturned?
It is overturned.
Okay. I was going to say, that was a real tough call there. Looks like justice prevails in the end.
Manuel Rojo. Whew. Well, Sockers, you wanted him to get experience.
There you go. Not sure this was exactly what they meant.
He's getting it at your expense. Very much so.
Quite
this
literally.
Is a wild play. Farber has to track down a loose ball.
Oh, no foul.
4 minutes left, and the Sockers need two
Okay,
goals.
that might be a foul there off the ball against Brian Farber, and it was just silly frustration there.
Yeah. I believe Cal is going to win this match. They've been so much the better team as Martinez gets a yellow card for dissent. He does not have to leave the field. But there's just never been a point in this match where you thought San Diego was the team in control.
I respect the veteran presence of my fellow Watson villain out there, Ivan Campos, walking out saying, hey, what's up? Let's calm down to Brian Farber. Farber says, all right, I like you enough to calm down just a little bit. And then Campos walks over to the penalty box to serve the penalty for his goalkeeper, Edgar Martinez.
Adrian Gutierrez with 2 assists and a goal tonight, and Manuel Rojo with a hat trick. What an effort. Cal Express, most improved team in the MASL by far. Gonzalez off the wall, and Jermaine left-footed into the high netting. Is it possible for San Diego to come back? Absolutely.
Well, look at this
Absolutely.
now. Look at this now, Craig.
6 attackers. Wow. With 3:45 to go.
How about it?
Sockers are at 6 attackers. And now the game is truly in balance. One more goal and Cal wins. Escoto, Childs one time. He hasn't hit frame one time tonight. Craig Childs completely off.
The 6th attacker has to go right back off. I'm sure he'll be right back on as soon as possible.
A night where Craig Childs is held completely off the scoreboard is usually a night you have a good chance to beat San Diego. Used to be like almost a guarantee, right? Farber off, Pollo back on. Looking for Childs, headed away. This ball's in Turlock's possession. And just as Pollo comes out, Turlock has it. 3:13 to play. In control, the Turlock Cal Express. Looking to go 2-0. And to drop the Sockers to a losing record.
What's going on out here? I feel like there was an inadvertent whistle moments ago. It confused a few people, and now we have a stoppage.
I'm trying to remember in just my mind the last time the Sockers lost an opener and just had a losing record at any point in any season. And we'll have to rely on our statisticians for that. But usually the home opener has been straight butter for the San Diego Sockers.
I think back to that loss to Tacoma back in December of last year. Did that bring them to 1-1 or is that 2-1? It was 2-1, so even then, still no losing record.
Right.
It was the Danny Waltman show back in December of 2018. And tonight, tell you what, it's been the Manuel Rojo show.
It has. And frankly, we thought last year, Nate, it would take a dominant goalkeeping performance to beat the Sockers in any match. Tonight, there's been no dominant goalkeeping performance.
No.
This has just been
a really good team performance.
Yes. It's been one team better than the other, quite simply. Under 3 minutes to play for that better team, Cal Express. Escoto trying for late magic. The Sockers have fashioned so much over the years, you come to expect it, but it's like the kid in the hospital bed asking Paul O'Neill for 2 home runs. One's hard enough, kid. You really want me to hit 2?
Surprised it took this long for the first Seinfeld reference of the season.
Escoto, Childs. Childs has just not been himself tonight. Martinez sends it off. This could be one. Here we go. Rojo coming in on Pollo. Rojo stepping to his right. Rojo, and there is Slav to deny. Top of the arc, however, coming for Turlock.
That is a tough break. And my goodness, the toughness of Pollo out there.
That should not be top of the arc. That's a blocked shot.
That's tough.
That's a missed call.
Look out here, because what a block
by Pee Wee. Rojo sends it back across. Cerda heads it down. 2:08 to play. And there's the Express with the ball right back. Gonzalez into the corner, stepping through. Carmona! And just away. Here comes Jurado. Wow. Physical between Cerda and Jurado. And the whistle finally sounds. Under 2 minutes to play. San Diego down 2. Cal Express, the new elite of MASL. That may be overstated, but they are 2-0. And Childs finally gets one.
Are they?
As it's Childs from Pee Wee with 6 attackers. 1:37 to go. 1-goal game.
We see on the replay here, the 6th attacker carries it up. Pee Wee drives in. Childs gets on the score sheet. Better late than never. The Sockers are back in it now. 97 seconds to find the 7th goal of the night and keep Turlock off the board and force golden goal. Can they do it?
What a finish we got cooked up now. Pardo is back in net. The Sockers must regain possession. Look out. Gutierrez, again, using that big frame to control. Farber trying to dig out. Farber got it out of there.
Brilliant job by
and
Farber.
He's on the run. Cerda over the head of Farber. Martinez into the corner. Foul called. Blue card. This should cinch it for the Cal Express. Farber sent off.
Oh, man. Brian Farber just a little bit late coming into this challenge. See right here, and I think it's late. There was so much good work done by Farber there to win that ball in his own third and cycle out on that run and left the body in there just a little bit. It was late, and I hope that Martinez is all right, because we say there hasn't been any heroic performance tonight from either goalkeeper, but Martinez has certainly had his crucial moments and has helped his team out immensely. But Farber, the nasty shot there to Martinez. And we'll see.
Yellow on Farber as well. So Farber will have to, if this game were to be equalized and sent to overtime, he would have to sit for the first 3:45 and a dead ball of OT. Martinez is in discomfort. He's holding his left knee, as you can see.
This becomes a storyline. This becomes something to focus on, because yes, Turlock will be on the power play, but we saw the power play earlier in the game. They ended up getting a goal on it, but for the first minute and a half, there were a couple opportunities for odd man rushes the other way. I'm very curious to see how Turlock are going to play this. The Express have the game, for all intents and purposes, in their hands right now.
Yes.
But if the Sockers could cycle out and get something on goal, I'm looking at Edgar Martinez right now, and he's limping significantly.
Yes,
and he took
is.
a nasty shot from Brian Farber. So I'm just saying, if the Sockers can get forward, shoot something low and hard and see what happens.
it appears, just looking at it, that left knee of Martinez is braced already.
Yeah.
If not, it's got some very, very thick padding. Oof. And by the way, the Sockers are staying with Pollo on the field, so no keeper to go 5v5, but there's no man in net.
And they get the ball right back.
Pollo's got it. 70 seconds to play.
Here we go.
It's even strength on the field because the Sockers are down a man, but they've pulled their keeper. Minute number 60 has arrived. Cal has been the better squad for 59 minutes. Can the Sockers pull one out in this Sunday night? Cerda staggering in the middle. Back from Pino to Escoto. Escoto stepping over. Escoto well marked by Jermaine. 40 seconds remain. Cerda has 2 assists tonight. Pollo has a goal. Pollo over to Pino. Back to Iram Ruiz. Possession now is everything.
Childs back on.
Cerda. 30 seconds. Cerda with Pollo. Here is Childs. Childs soul roll. Pokes it to Cerda. Cerda stepping to his left foot. Now rolls, it's Pollo. Pollo shot high off the wall. Pollo chasing down his own ball. Nicely done by Jurado. Got the ball away. Pee-wee stepping in the middle. So is Pollo. Pee-wee knocked down, foul call. 10.4 seconds remain.
That's a tough call against the Express right here. And you talk about a lifeline. You talk about a chance to create a chance to steal one. They still got to tie the score here, but with all the set piece majesty that the Sockers have, Escoto, Slav, and Childs all over this thing right now. Who you got here? It's going to be Escoto or Childs.
It's Slav. Shot blocked. Out of play. 7.6 seconds remain.
Surprised they went that route there. That took a long time to develop a good block from the Express.
There's no time left. Slav is going to shoot, blocked into the air. Knocked down. 4 seconds remain.
That's it.
The Cal Express have done it! This one's over!
Wow.
For the first time in franchise history, the Cal Express have beaten the Sockers in San Diego. For the first time in franchise history, the Cal Express are 2-0 and leading the MASL outright. Top of the table.
Back-to-back victories against Kansas City and San Diego. I want to repeat that. KC and SD downed by the Turlock Cal Express. These were no easy games for them. They're going against the creme de la creme in the MASL to start their season. And 2 brands and names that mean so much to this league and the sport of arena soccer. And I'll tell you what, there's a new name to know in this league, and it's the Turlock Cal Express, 2-0.
And for the San Diego Sockers, their head coach, Phil Salvaggio, between the WMF World Cup exhibition play and now this regular season fixture, for the first time in his career, he's lost 4 consecutive matches on the bench as head coach. The Express are 2-0, and the San Diego Sockers have a losing record with a club that they believe is the most talented in the 11-year resumption of Sockers in San Diego.
And now I will say, Mr. Elston, and we've alluded to this a little bit on Soccer's Overtime, perhaps, just perhaps, we're talking about a blessing in disguise long term. This is a team that lost 1 time until they lost twice, and that second loss was in a conference final in Golden Goal overtime. So the notion that you get this out of the way and maybe there's a couple of more of these, couple of 3 more throughout this season. You feel like the league is on the up. You feel like there's a lot of better teams around this league and in this Western Conference, of course. So maybe it's something where the Sockers can get some of these losses out of the way and be that much stronger going into the stretch run, going into the Ron Newman Cup playoffs, where we know they're going to be. But man, what a test early here against Turlock.
We've talked about it, Nate. The Sockers this season are going to play. This is not in any way hyperbolic. This is straight up facts. The Sockers are going to play the toughest schedule in the history of the MASL this year, with interconference play being brought back to the schedule. The Sockers will play Baltimore twice, they'll play Milwaukee, they'll play Monterey, they'll play Harrisburg, they'll play Florida, which got off on a win. they're going to play an incredible schedule. And if you were to rank 1 through 24 before the season, the games that you thought the Sockers might lose, this one would have come in 24. Home, Cal, first game of the year. This is one you put in the win column. So the Sockers have now lost one that they completely expected to win, that the league expected them to win. And I'm with you, Nate. What a great night, not for the Sockers, but for Major Arena Soccer League, because we have now seen that this year there is no weak team out west. Yeah. The Cal Express and Chabo Martinez, 2-0 now as a rookie head coach. Absolutely brilliant work done tonight. Adrian Gutierrez, incredible. Manuel Rojo being loaned by the Sockers to beat the Sockers. He scores a hat trick tonight and has 4 goals in 2 games. And while the Sockers are still, win or lose, always going to be great with their fans, you have to know that this next week of training is going to be something different. Let's go downstairs. Melissa May is standing by with Brian Farber.
So I am with the officially first goal scorer of the 2019-2020 season for the Sockers, Brian Farber. Brian, how does it feel being the first person to score the first goal of the soccer season this year?
Well, it's bittersweet. Obviously, we didn't get the result. So scoring the first goal of the game was get us on the board. First goal of the season, pretty cool little thing. But ultimately, the points are what's matter. And our record right now with the L in the loss column is not a good thing.
Okay, so building off, trying to take some positives out of that L, what would you say are some positives you are taking away from today's game and maybe learn from?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time we played against another team with like the full lineup, all of our new signed players, getting to know each other. That's definitely something you could start to see some players gelling and some runs together. So we build off of that for sure. We have to take some positives, but we also have to go back and look at the tape and figure out what we did wrong and fix it.
Now, how interesting was it to see some of your former teammates now playing for a different team? A little bittersweet as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the business, right? It's happened before. Those guys have a great start to their season. They'd be 2 really good teams. So we're happy for them in a way, but obviously we're upset with ourselves and coming out here, this is not how we want to start the season off in front of our fans.
Well, for me, one of the biggest takeaways of this game, you had Pollo make a goalie save in less than 2 minutes of the game. How does that show the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, we have a lot of heart, and we have a lot of guys with a lot of heart. Putting together a full 4 quarters was obviously the wish, but yeah, I mean, it's, when you have to go 6 attacker, it's not something you want to see, but I guess it is kind of nice to know that Pollo is capable of making saves like that. That was impressive.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Brian. Cheers.
And thank you, Melissa. Great work all night long. Let's take a look at some of the second half highlights of this one as we wrap up our first transmission of the year. And we show you again the brilliance of the Cal Express. That was a big save by Boris Pardo early in the third quarter, and then a lovely fast break run, Serra to Aguirre, tying things at 4-4. Again, we thought this might be the moment that things turn around. However, that was a critical moment.
At this.
As Piffer missed the touch, the rebound goal, then Craig Childs blocked. Craig Childs tantalizingly close to about 4 goals in the second half. Did wind up with 1.
Ended up getting the 1 at the end.
Rojo. Giving them a 6-4 lead.
The second goal of the night for Rojo there.
Wound up not being the game winner. Childs, after ditching Gutierrez, hitting the corner of the right post, continuing his unlucky evening, so to speak. Then it was Serra to Escoto for his first of the year, a 6-5 score. And again, you thought, are the Sockers on the comeback trail? You believe it, as Escoto and Serra beautifully hooking up. There's the Childs play off of the post to try and equalize. Gutierrez had a great chance. Tremendous individual play there. Martinez with his best stop of the night.
Yeah, that was frantic. Brilliant.
And then it's the Rojo
this
run.
Was one of the best counterattacks I've seen in the last few seasons in this arena. I joke not, I exaggerate not. That was brilliant from everybody involved.
And it was the game-winning goal on 6th attacker.
Yep.
It was Pee-wee to Childs for the final goal of the night to make it 7-6. But when Brian Farber took a blue card with 1:15 to go, that pretty much wrapped things up. And while the Sockers did get possession back, they never got another shot on net. And Cal is 2-0, and the Sockers, no good foot They will go on the road on November 30th to Tacoma for the Stars season opener, hoping to get back to 500. It's a very different start to the 2019-2020 season, Nate.
A little bit more of an uphill battle. And last year it felt like it was that, momentum of a just car at top speed, flying with everything, and then suddenly it all came to a sudden end with that loss to Monterrey in the conference finals. So again, just maybe playing a little devil's advocacy here, or maybe trying to look for some positives, but with the way that last season went, I can't help but wonder if getting some of these early jitters out and even looking up and seeing an 0-1 record might serve as some quality motivation for a team that's as good on paper as this Sockers team is, to get the act together and go, we can't have a losing record ever again, and let's start it up right now with that next game against Tacoma.
3,259 in the house tonight as the Cal Express beat the San Diego Sockers by a final score of 7-6. Sockers will be back home on Friday, December 13th. That's our next home broadcast here on MASL TV. It is Sock Toss night. It is old media versus new media halftime game night, and it's the Sockers and the Ontario Fury. And again, we just to reemphasize, Cal's in the rearview mirror now. Turlock, winners 2-0. Ontario added Frank Taillou, the ultimate Sockers killer, added Justin Stinson, added Nestor Hernandez. They're one of the most improved teams on paper in the MASL. There are 4 different Ron Newman Cup champions waiting for the Sockers as the road progresses. So there are many questions to be asked, and tonight, very few answers were given positively for San Diego. They fall to 0-1 with a 7-6 win for the Cal Express. Congrats to Chabo Martinez, Manuel Rojo, Juan Gonzalez, and all of our Sockers friends who just stuck it to the big club on their home floor. That's going to do it for tonight's game broadcast. Special thanks to our sideline reporter, Melissa May, to our entire TVX video crew, Ted Bendricks, the man in charge of that group, and for my Nate Abarea. And Jerry Jimenez, our social media coordinator. Craig Elston signing off now. 7-6 Cal. Congrats to the Express. The Sockers will try and get it figured out. And for now, so long from San Diego.
Your team. The perfect fit. The game ball. Are you ready? Soccer Loco, next level performance.
All right, yeah, thanks, for sure, I'll be there. Hey, wait, hold on, I'm running by the field right now. You're never gonna guess. Dude, Medina's here. I think he's training for a comeback to the Sockers.
What are you talking about? Medina? He retired 2 years ago. He's too old, bro.
Oh, dude, you're right, bro, he's too old. Okay, so that barbecue, yeah.
Don't wait for the mail. Call your Cairo today.
Dr. Corey's office, how can we help you?
Oh, I got this. Let's get him in.
Okay, sounds good, Mr. Medina. We'll see you shortly.